Hello there, fellow YouTubers. Daddy-O here again from Dadventure TV. So, as you can see from behind me, it's getting dark out, and I just finished a ride down here at Jug Bay, so I thought I would give a SitRep on Jug Bay and Rosaryville. Rode Rosaryville yesterday, I don't know, March 4th. Rode Jug Bay today, March 5th. And as everybody knows, we had the high winds here over the last few days. And the report on the trails is they're dry. The trails themselves are pretty good. Rosaryville in particular is pretty fast right now, except there are a number of trees down, a lot of junk on the trail, pretty big tree branches, you know, some of them that big that are down. Some on turns, so you really got to watch going in. Rosaryville, the trails itself is actually pretty clear. There's not a lot of leaves on it, so you can at least see the debris on the trail. I don't recall there being any real big trees on Rosaryville on any of the major downhills. The one stream crossing where there used to be a bridge is out. You can still just ride through the stream, but if you're coming counterclockwise to it, where it used to be a smooth ride down, it's now about a 5-foot drop if you go kind of in the middle and to the right. So when you're coming up to that, you got to go down to the left to negotiate it. Otherwise, you're I don't think you can really get down that drop. You'd have to be pretty much an expert, and you'd have to know it's coming. So just be careful with one of those stream crossings there. Rosaryville, though, is in pretty good shape. Jug Bay, on the other hand, has a lot of trees down like this. Another one. I just came from that way. I don't know if you can see back there, but the green part just totally took up all of the trail. No riding around this one at all. That's the trail down. Slight downhill here. Should be fun. And then again, like this one. This is some of the devastation from the high winds. This is by far the biggest tree that's been down so far. You can see it goes all the way down there. That's the trail. And those were only the ones that I took the video of. I think there were probably about, I don't know, 7 or 8 that I had to get off my bike to get over. Everything else I could ride over. But the trails is very leaf covered as well. So when you're riding, a couple of the descents down to the streams that have a lot of rocks and things in them are completely covered with leaves. Can't really see them. Can't see the rocks, that is, so be careful going down them. I mean, I still went down pretty quick, but not nearly as fast as I do when I can see the rocks. I was using some brakes, which is not something I would normally do on those descents. The other thing is a lot of the trails have been, obviously, they've had some wash go down the middle of them, some hard rainfall. So some of the middle of the streams have some of the middle of the trails have been washed out a little bit. So it's kind of sandy, a little bit ruddy in the middle. So you got to watch that as well. But I rode today at Jug Bay because I didn't have a whole lot of time with the light. I only had about, what did I ride actually? I rode, I'll tell you in a minute. I rode an hour and about an hour and 10 minutes. So I rode the red trail all the way. I started at the end of Croom Airport Road, parked on the outside of the park, rode the red trail up to, crossed over the road up there, and then rode the red trail down along the road, hopped back up on the road, came back to the trail crossing, and then rode purple all the way up to turquoise, and then turquoise all the way down to orange, and then orange back around to where I parked. Turquoise is downhill the way I rode it, from north to south, so I think it's a pretty fun trail. but again, there were a lot of leaf-covered areas where you couldn't really see what was underneath, and there were a couple of trees down, but none of them on the major downhills. So you actually can ride that pretty fast, as fast as you feel comfortable, not being able to see the trail in front of you sometimes with the leaves. Orange had a couple of trees down, which was kind of annoying, but that's not the most awesome trail in the world anyway. But anyway, it was a fun ride. If you're not familiar with Jug Bay, I'll probably do a longer review on it, but it is basically, I call it wide single track. It's not really sort of technically single track, but I don't really consider it double track either. It's not really like fire roads or anything. It's just kind of wider single track. Pretty easy. Has a few sections that are a little more technical and kind of fun, but for the most part, it's a pretty basic trail system. But right now I am out of shape. I rode Rosaryville yesterday, as I said, and it kicked my butt. I forgot how many uphills there are on that thing, and I was sucking wind. There is definitely nothing to get you in shape for mountain biking like mountain biking, and I've not done it in a few months because of the cold we've had here in the mid-Atlantic here. It's just been absolutely freezing. I haven't felt like going out. So I'm just starting back, and Rosaryville kicked my butt yesterday. So I decided today was a day to just ride something a little easier. So I still got in about, I think it's about 6.5 miles or so. I'll look at my GPS after. But a lot easier trail system than Rosaryville. A lot fewer of the uphills, and just kind of a nice fun ride today. So anyway, that's a SitRep on these two trails. A lot of down trees, be careful. Jug Bay, leaves as well on the trail, but they're rideable. So get out there, hit the trails, have fun. I'll see you in the next one.